Happy day, friends. It is very early in the morning. James and I are at the beach. We are going on a little photo walk mission and just an overall adventuring around Myrtle Beach day. I think this kid over here is drawing Squidward and he's doing a really good job.
It's a very minimalistic rendering of Squidward, but it also has just enough detail to really show what needs to be shown without showing too much. It's a really special piece.
That's so funny.
I like any kid who's like, I see a beach, I'm gonna draw Squidward.
It's awesome. He's proud of himself. Good job, sir. Good job.
My lips are still crusty with sleep, according to Christina. Yesterday we got up at 5:45. Today we got up at 5:30. So now we're wandering on the beach. It's probably, what, 6:30 now?
I would say it's exactly 6:30.
No big deal. I have an internal clock that people around the world say is fine.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah, well, I say a lot of things that people have never heard anybody say before. I think that's something I'm known for. Yesterday I was spending time with Christina swimming in the ocean, and I had my GoPro with me. Christina said, hey, be careful with that. And I said, hey, I will, and I was careful. And I accepted the risk that could come with holding a GoPro with my bare hand.
It's small.
Not having a floaty case or a strap. The last wave before I got out of the water, the GoPro was struck by a wave strong enough to release it from my grip, and alas, that GoPro was never found again.
Yeah, it's in the ocean.
Christina says we never really used it, and it was a specialty camera, but I liked it a lot. I am at least just as mad about the losing of the footage on the GoPro.
More mad about losing the footage.
They
can have it. But on the plus side, James's family is extremely musical.
It's gonna take a lot to take me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I'm blessed and raised down in Africa. It's gonna take some time to do the things we never had. I'm blessed and raised. So we've been having a lovely couple of days here at the beach. We've been working on a lot of different projects of creative sorts and family sorts. We broke off. I think this is like the first time we've really broken off together.
I actually haven't had like a proper vacation where I was like intentionally relaxing and not stressed out about relaxing in a very long time. So this whole week has been fantastic. I like sat on the beach and did nothing for a couple of hours, which is very weird for me. This has been a good trip, and combining that with like actual productivity, but not stressed out productivity. It's been good for my soul.
It's been like very controlled productivity within the context of a vacation, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And you intentionally cut yourself off from working.
Yes.
Which I find admirable.
Yes.
Because you're not good at that.
At first I was having a hard time with it, but then I just kind of got used to it.
Now we're on a pier. We're gonna walk out, we're gonna film for a couple of different videos we're working on and explore a little bit. Just have some relational time, you know?
We might hold hands.
We might. I might.
Hey. Calm down.
This pier's way better than other piers I've been on because for one, it's not that expensive to go out here. You do have to pay, but it's not that expensive. And two, it's quite calm. Christina's living her best life.
Hey, I hate to interrupt your beach viewing vibes, but as I was editing this, I came across a couple of clips that I feel like needed a little bit more context. There was a gentleman that was fishing. He caught a couple fish while we were out there, and he happened to catch a shark. This little shark was a baby blackfin, I believe it was. The guy just caught it and just threw it on the deck. He did that a couple other times with a couple other fish. I figured he was going to use it for something and just let it die there. So I went up to it and I like grabbed its tail. I was petting it. I was just kind of seeing what it was as I thought it was dying. R.I.P. young homie. Now, the lady that was sitting there much longer than we were told me that I could throw it back in. I wasn't positive because I didn't know if the lady was associated with the guy that just caught this shark, and in my mind, it's fair game. The guy caught the shark, he's fishing, that happens, but I didn't know if his intentions were for me to throw it back. So I kind of went through a little period of like, are you sure I can throw it back? But she has been around this guy. I'm sure he probably has caught sharks earlier in the day and just toss it right back in. So we ended up tossing it back in, but I did play around with it while it was on the deck. Ready?
Yeah. Be free.
Okay, he's alive. Yay!
Yay! Have a good evening.
Now, the reason that I felt like I needed to preface this clip and give it a little bit more context is because, number one, there was no context while we were filming. I was essentially just playing with this dying animal, which makes me feel really bad. It doesn't make me feel bad so much so that the animal is dying, because that is the process of life, and fishermen fish, they catch fish and the fish die and then you eat them. But I think what makes me feel kind of funny with these particular sets of clips is the fact that the fish or the shark didn't end up dying. It was just kind of suffering for a little bit and we were playing around with it. So I wanted to preface it. The fisherman's not a horrible person. Nobody's a horrible person, but I definitely feel like there needed to be some context. I just felt really bad. There was blood coming out of his little gills and stuff. But yeah, so I played with the shark. Thought that was exciting. They're not rough. They're very smooth, and it's just a little shark baby. Spoiler alert, we're back in James's hometown. James is now with me. Hello.
Hi, I'm in my hometown.
Don't you love this wall?
This is a great backdrop. It's hard to find a good backdrop in the wild. When South Carolina trees fall, they make basically a Whole Foods wall.
James is looking now.
So we had a lovely time at the beach, but we have to be creatively productive. That is part of vacation for us. It's not a bad thing, because you do have to rest, but we didn't need to rest from creating.
Yeah.
We like creating. We needed to rest from the other parts of life.
I also needed to rest from the pattern of being stressed, and that actually happened to me in the kitchen. You gave me a funny look. I had a moment of like feeling a little bit anxious, and I spoke about this in another video, but just like feeling like I'm running out of time to like create something, and I wasn't running out of time, and I was just standing in the kitchen, and that last week was resting from feeling like I was running out of time. There was no time.
It's funny you say the pattern of being stressed, because I think we get stuck in a pattern of the things of daily life stressing us out in a daily way. Like just a little bit of stress here and there. Every time that thing comes up, your brain naturally goes into stress mode. Going on vacation thrusts you into like another dimension for a little bit, and you can reset your stress patterns. Now you can fall back into those stress patterns. You have to be intentional coming out of the vacation, but sometimes that vacation is very important to get you out of those for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a shift of pattern. We're saying the word pattern a lot.
It's almost like it's a pattern that we're saying pattern.
It's almost like a wood texture.
Also, I made a video about the photo walks that I embarked on while I was at the beach, and I shared those on my channel on The Pickle. Also, if you're interested in photographic excursion, Instagram mission type things, you can check that out.
He made a funny joke. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but he made a funny joke, and I heard it in the other room while he was editing, and I laughed. So there's verification that it's at least funny for at least 2.5 seconds.
There is one humorous moment. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.